Bayrak falan.
Pagato per quando io in zaporo tu se non che poi ti dà solo io.
सर एक सेकंड रमन भाई पीछे आ जाओ भाई पीछे लॉन्ग में
Absolute privilege to welcome you all to this momentous occasion, the inauguration of the newly renovated auditorium of Gandhi Memorial College. This is a historic day for us, and we're delighted to see such a distinguished gathering here today, all of whom contribute to the legacy and vision of this institution. We are especially honored to have on the dais with us our esteemed Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh Ji, a son of the soil, whose commitment to education and development has inspired so many. And his presence here today truly underscores the importance of the event. So we are deeply grateful to your support and leadership. We are also thankful to Dr. Ashok Raina ji, who has come all the way from US. This renovated auditorium is more than just a space. It represents our where students and faculty alike can engage, express, and excel. Thank you everyone who has made this project a reality. Your hard work, passion, dedication have culminated in a facility that we can be proud of. Today's function will begin with national anthem. Please. Jai Hind. We'll begin the proceedings of today's function with the traditional lighting of the lamp. I'll request Honorable Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh Ji and esteemed dignitaries proceed to the stage. The traditional lighting of the lamp ceremony commences, accompanied by 3 minutes Saraswati Vandana. Executive body members of the S, Shri Moti Kaul Ji, Professor Aparna Madan Ji, Dr. Ravi, Special Secretary Higher Education, sir, please join the minister in lighting the lamp. Madam Rasham Deepika, Professor Anand Rathore Ji, Professor Jayapal sir, Shri H.L. Bhatt Sahab, Anil Bhatt Ji. This is a celebration of our newly renovated auditorium with a liberal donation from Shri Ashok Raina and his wife, who have come all the way from Maryland, US. As I just now said, the renovated auditorium is just more than a space. It represents our aspirations, our commitment to progress, and our dedication to providing world-class learning environment, serve as a venue where knowledge, culture, and ideas will converge, where students and faculty alike can engage, express, and excel. So kindly offer your flowers to Mata Saraswati. Ajay Bharti ji, please. Okay. Professor B.L. Zutshi to present a token of love and respect in the form of shawl to Honorable Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh Ji. Please. Now I request our chief guest, Dr. Jitendra Singh Sahab, to please present a token of love and respect to Dr. Ashok Raina and Mrs. Santosh Raina, who have flown all the way from Maryland, US, and have donated liberally for the renovation of this Mata Saraswati auditorium. Cheers.
Please, sir.
Now I request the President Hess B.L. Zucchi Sahab to come onto the dais and deliver a welcome address, express gratitude to the Honorable Minister for sparing his valuable time, and also Dr. Ashok Raina for coming all the way from Maryland, US for this occasion. Please, sir. Professor Zucchi.
Minister Dr. Kashina Pandita, the mentor, who is the torchlight of this community, Dr. Ashok Rana and his wife, they are the persons who have who made this possible, this today's auditorium. With 29 lakhs, they have given about 29 lakhs to make it a model auditorium. We are grateful to them. They came all the way from USA, Maryland, and they wanted this to be done. I am today pleased to find the brilliant minds of my community and otherwise also who are outside the civil society of Jammu for that matter. They have come here. And I find Moti Ko, Dr. Agni Shekhar, Ajay Bharti ji, Dr. Ban Saab, Karwani Saab, Watal Saab, then the great lawyer in terms of Upendra Jalali, and that special sector of education. I'm so pleased that he has come, he has made it here. We are very honored. And then the ladies in Aparna came all the way from Delhi to attend, because Aparna has something to connect with this college. This college was made because of financial son called Madan. He was a man who was responsible initially to make the Gandhi Memorial College. We have a long history of more than 42. In 1942, this college was established by the great minds of Kashmiri Prince, J.R.R. Cole, Shunnaram Podedar, son called Madan S.N. Dar. That time they established colleges. There were only 2 colleges in the state. One was those time Prince of Wales College, which is now GGM Science College, and Sri Pratap College. And there's a very interesting story that entire gamut of ancestors, my father, my grandfather, they would go to Lucknow, Banaras, or Aligarh for that matter for higher studies. So the minds there, the visionary minds thought of making an institution in Kashmir, in Srinagar. That was in 1912. The Hindu college was established by them. And this 1912 college, which is known now, the Sri Pratap College. And the Maharaja, as they have, the Maharaja has done great service to both Jammu and Kashmir. They have, in terms of education, Maharaja Pratap Singh made this college and gave 20,000 to Sharga, who made this college in 1912. That money was utilized for making a women's college in Lucknow. And another college was made in the walled city of Delhi. And one more institution was made those times in Lahore. So that has been a continuous contribution of making of institutions by Kashmiri Pandits. But this institution has a very importance, because that students would not get admission, all of them, in SP College. So this became an institution where students were admitted in this institution. Kashmir is a land of sublime and mysticism, rishis and sages. We have withstood march of history. Your part and parcel. Because in 90s, how I know Dr. Saab, in 90s, 91, 94, 95, he was part of our struggle. I see Dr. Agni Shekhar, Ajay Bharti or others, he was part of our struggle. Whether it was health surveys with Dr. K.L. Chaudhary, or constituency exile, which now the mind has come to today's visionary government. It was all work was done by Dr. Saab. Dr. Saab was the voice of voiceless, I can say. He did a commendable job in those times, the hard times. With us sitting, I remember he came to my circuit house by stayed for 8 years, 8.5 years. I remember he came, he entered. Dr. Chaudhary was with you, sir. I remember correctly. And Sham Kul also. It's a small room where there's 3 generations living. My parents, my wife, and my children. And it was, he had this nicely, laid what's called small carpet and all that. You are living in exile in the way you are managing it. That is a painful story of Kashmiri Pandits. We try to maintain, despite for 8.5 years, I lived in that circuit house. But pain pain is there, memories are there, the rational memories. But I am at the same time, but Dr. Jatinder Singh, always those days, was at the beck and call of the community. Am I correct, Dr. Agni Shekhar? So it was the worst days of our exodus. We are celebrating because Dr. Ashok Raina, he met about a year back, more than a year back, I suppose. He had to release the history of Kashmir and its Pandits. It's a very lovely book. And the coordinator was Dr. B.L. Kaur, who was in London this time. He said this is the right place where you can release the book. So he came from USA and we released the book. And he had about a bundle of copies, more than 300 or 400 copies, which we distribute freely to people who are desirous of studying history that time. And that became a relationship between Dr. Raina and myself. It's a very wonderful relationship that he could understand the sensitivities of the place, the problems of the place, of this my institution. And that time he said, what can I do for you? I said, very certainly, sir, whatever is possible. I said, you can give me 5-6 lakhs, we have to do something, treatment of the walls of the thing. Then he told Dr. Cole, what is 6 lakhs matter for you? So I will give 30 lakhs. Not only that, he made when we entered, the 2 washrooms had been again suggested by Ashok Raina Saab for ladies and for gents. Again, I must thank for all that, what he has done that time, understanding that is there. Prior to it, when I came, there were people who came, donations, start pouring in. It was started by Modi ji, my predecessor with 1 lakh, Veena Pinta, 4 lakh, then 50,000. That we utilized for these buildings to remake. And in the meantime, we had another very milestone in this history of this college. We had a case against the government regarding retrieving the original institution. Because the Temple of Education, Gandhi College in Srinagar. My ancestors had made it by blood and sweat. So what happened, my great lawyer, Vinder Jalali, was fighting that case. Day in and day out. It was on fast track. And one day it was ready for judgment. What happened, the government understand, my secretary Saab is here, his principal secretary. We came to an agreement. Minutes submitting MOU, I can call it, by which we made a governing board, like Shrine Board of Amarnath, Shrine Board of Mata Vaishnavi, same pattern of Shrine Board, between the governor being the head, and we the part and parcel, the government officials and the EB members, and I being the vice president. Am I right? This was all done by the cooperation of the government. And today we are on that, because when I saw Secretary Saab here, I said, this is the dawning of spring. He has come, he represents government for that matter. So within some days or a month, we'll have a governing board of this institution, of both institutions. The Gandhi Memorial College, retrieving Honorable College back, to the owners in a different setup. It will be governing board, headed by His Excellency Governor of Jammu and Kashmir. So it has been a wonderful, and now when Dr. Saab, I just know very interesting. I wrote a message to Dr. Saab, very interesting. He replied, I will try my best. These are the words, am I right, sir? Then I wrote again a message. Sir, we had a flag and we had to do like this. When I will come on Thursday at 2 o'clock. Exact 2 o'clock, our minister is here. He is a blend of intellectualism and activism. Any excellence in society or the politics is blend of intellect and what's called activism. That is the product we find here. I remember when D.P. Dar was added to the ministry because he had the same flow of poetry as you have. So it was added that he is like a peacock in the Council of Ministers. Our minister is like a peacock in the Council of Ministers. We are proud of you. We are proud of you. Jammu, Kashmir, we are all proud of you. God bless you, God bless. And today, when Kashinath Pinda Sahab, the great humanist, great intellectual, great writer, great author, great historian, I have learned when I was in the university with him, whatever later I have tried to understand. I feel so happy. It's a bold voice of, again, the bold voice of intellectualism of Kashmiri Prince. I must thank you, sir, again. Thank you very much. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, you have made it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Zutshi Saab. Now I'm going to invite the man of the movement, Ashok Raina Sahab. Ashok Raina Sahab, as I just now told you, he along with his wife has come all the way from Maryland, US. And for the last 1 year, he's been associated with this project of renovation of this auditorium. It's come up so wonderfully well that you all can see. And I was just reading his book. I was also part of that function about a year back. It's a wonderful book, and all those who have contributed in this book, they have inadvertently they have interacted with me that how, despite 12-hour difference between the US time and the Indian time, how he could, see the appropriate time and interact with those people. And their write-ups, he would authenticate by talking to them. Is this correct, or is this thing is so this anthology that he came up with, and that was one of the books. And he left Kashmir in the 70s with stars in his eyes, and for doing his PhD in US, and ultimately as a serious researcher, he was employed in the US government for the last 38 years, and then superannuated from government service. But then all along he has presented 170 scientific papers, received 7 patents. He has recently published a book titled Feeling Homeless, Memoirs of a Kashmiri Scientist. So Call of Roots was haunting him in US also. That shows his commitment to his homeland. In 1992, Dr. Raina organized the first symposium in Kashmir in US, served as president of Kashmir Overseas Association of the USA for 94-95, and currently has become a student of Kashmir history. Dr. Address today, we'd like to listen to you.
Good afternoon. Honorable Minister Jitendra Singh Ji, HESK President, Professor Zutshi, Professor Panditai, and all the friends. It's a great privilege for me, excuse me, it's a great privilege for me to be talking to you this afternoon at the inauguration of this Mata Saraswati Auditorium, which should help further the educational effort of this institution. As was just briefly mentioned, last year I was introduced to HASK by a classmate of mine and a friend, Professor Bansilal Kaul, who unfortunately is not here today. And that developed a very fruitful relationship which resulted in the production of this beautiful auditorium. I would also like to thank and acknowledge the role of Dr. Archana Kokru, who is the current president of Kashmiri Overseas Association, for facilitating the transfer of funds for this project. Some of you may want to know who I am. I'm certainly not a rich philanthropist from America. Here's a brief account of my life. I hope you don't find it very boring. I was born in Kashmir and spent my early life in Lakhimpur, not too far from here, where my father was employed in customs. After graduating, and in fact before that, at the age of 18, I got married to Santosh. After graduating from SP College, I joined Commonwealth Institute of Biological Control and was asked to open a station in Srinagar and hire 3 assistants at an age of 20. That started my interest and career in entomology. Entomology is the science of insects. In 1967, I got a master's degree in entomology from Aligarh Muslim University. And at that time, I was the only person with a master's degree in entomology. I was offered a job at the recently opened Sopore Agricultural College, but the appointment had to be confirmed by the Secretary of Agriculture. His PA kept stalling the approval process, and one day, he told me, and I quote, "Go find a job elsewhere in India. Leave Kashmir for us." I did leave the next day, didn't look back, with certainly pain in my heart. I went to Delhi and found a job with the US Agency for International Development. And in 1970, I went to US to get my PhD degree in entomology. Being the only child of my parents, I made a solemn promise to my parents that as soon as I complete my studies, I would come back. In 1970, but that did not even receive an acknowledgement. This was a time when Mrs. Indira Gandhi was almost every day saying that we have a problem with the brain drain. All our scientists were leaving the country. After working for a couple of universities, I got an appointment at the International Center of Insect Physiology and Ecology in Kenya, in Nairobi. This was run by the United Nations Development Program. After returning to the US in 1981, I joined the Agricultural Research Service of the US Department of Agriculture and did exceptional work on insect hormones, pheromones, and behavior. And as was already mentioned, published a very large number of papers and got some patents. In 1995, I was prompted to think about going into administration. That's within the Department of Agriculture. And that's when I found that the law did not help very much. And ultimately I gave up and returned to bench to be a scientist. I kept working, and this time it was termites, which even in Jammu is a major problem. In 1998, on that same very day, I had to receive the fellowship from the Entomological Society of America. I declined this. The award was in recognition of what I did to make American people, and particularly the congressmen and the senators, aware of the militancy that was taking place in Kashmir. In 2022, I published my memoirs under the heading, let me go back a little bit. Collapse does not make home. We always felt that longing, memories of Kashmir, India, and it has lots of interesting observations that I made in India, in Kenya, and in the United States. Here's a couple of examples of that. When I used to lecture school children in the US, one of the questions they would often ask was, do you worship cows and not eat beef? At the university that I went to, they used to have a milk carton which had a picture of the cow on the cover, and it said, cow is the foster mother of human race. And I would explain to them that cows in India are like pets. And would you eat your pet? Certainly not. Plus, a child who cannot sustain without the mother's feeding is entirely dependent on cow's milk. Kenyans who were ruled also by the British and got their independence 17 years after India got its independence were a little bit different, I found. They were not that subjugated by the white people. And an example of that was that I was once attending an international conference in Chandigarh where the Chief Minister of Punjab was the chief guest. Sitting next to me was an American administrator. And the Chief Minister saw him and called him up and said, we have a very serious problem with the soils in Punjab. Can you look at that? The guy was an administrator, had no idea what soil problems are. Well, as in the audience, there were many brilliant Indian soil scientists. He did not ask them, but here was this white person, and he approached them, or him. He did go on a helicopter tour, and I don't know what happened after that, what his remarks were. Seshnathji Pandita, and asked them to write 10 chapters. I myself contributed to 2 of the chapters. And it's a very good book. It brought out and it's a history of Kashmir and its Pandits. It brought out certain points that had not been known. Geological evidence has shown that the valley was certainly a huge lake, Satisar, as you all know, which was not drained by the legendary Kashyap Rishi, but 85,000 years ago there was a major earthquake and the mountain near Khadanyar, close to Sopor, broke open and the water drained out of the valley, just forming then the habitable area. Subsequently, in the 9th century AD, there was probably another earthquake and the passage got blocked again. Valley got flooded. 2/3 of the valley was underwater. It was the time of Avanti Varman, who was the king of Kashmir at that time. So one of his engineers, Suya, approached him and said, if you give me lots of coins, I will have the water drained. About Ashoka. There was a king of Kashmir named Ashoka, or Dharam Ashoka as he was called, who had a son named Jaluka. Back in 1440 BC. And he has often been confused with the Mauryan Ashoka that came 1200 years later. We have described in great detail in this book the exoduses that our community has gone through, the causes and the effects. The last chapter of the book deals with the question, will Pandits survive without their Kashmir? My personal opinion, and I apologize from the Honorable Minister here, is that unless and until the local majority community accept to live in peace and harmony with the Pandits, no effort on part of the government can make it happen. More recently, I have embarked on a venture to write a book on reincarnation. This has been my passion from very early childhood. The entire book will be based on hard facts. There's no mythology involved in that. And I'm sure that it would revolutionize the thought of reincarnation or Punarjanam. But the details of that would be for another day. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Ashok Raina, sir. Dr. Ashok Raina said that he's not a rich man, yet he has so liberally donated a sum of 30 lakhs for the renovation of this hall. And that's not all. He has also presented a sum of money that will finance scholarships to the meritorious students of Gandhi Memorial Camp College. And today we are going to present those scholarship certificates to 4 of the students. Honorable Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh Sahab will present cash awards, scholarship certificates for the Academy here 2024 to students chosen by the selection committee. And for that I also request Professor Virender Rawal, our worthy General Secretary, and Mr. Satish Talashi, Principal of the institution, who will join the Honorable Minister on the dais, along with Professor B.L. Zatchi, Dr. Ken Panta, Ashok Raina sir, and Mrs. Santosh Raina, who are already present on the dais. Sir, please come out to the dais. Certificates and is Mr. Sahil Bhatt, B.Ed student. Please come onto the dais to receive your cash award, certificate and scholarship check. Mr. Puneet Dhar, BCom student. Andral, MCMP student. Ms. Rudrika Joshi, MCMP student. Thank you very much. Please take your seats. This is a continuous, this will run for all the years to come, this scholarship. And we thank Dr. Ashok Raina Sahab, who has been so liberal and so kind. Dr. Ashok Raina Sahab, as I just now told you, and he is himself, we all know it, that he's a wonderful writer also, and has authored several books. He'll present some of his books to Honorable Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh Ji. Kindly, please. Yes, one set is for the Prime Minister Modi Sahab.
One set for Dr.
Our worthy Dr. Jitendra Singh Ji is also Minister in charge, PM also.
One is for the Lord Prime Minister.
As we are all, the Atomic Energy Space and Transit Office has been instrumental in fostering India's startup ecosystem across technology, science, biotechnology, and artificial intelligence. His notable achievements: expansion of the biotechnology sector. Under Dr. Singh's leadership, India's bioeconomy has experienced significant growth, increasing from 10 billion in 2014 to 80 billion in 2023, with a target of 300 billion by 2030. The establishment of 95 bio-incubators has been pivotal in nurturing biotech startups, positioning India as a leading hub of biotechnology innovation. Advancement in artificial intelligence and quantum technology. Dr. Singh has emphasized the integration of AI in healthcare, highlighting its transformative impact on clinical medicine and advocating for the fusion of traditional healthcare methods with emerging technologies. He announced that India has produced over 40 quantum technology startups within 2 years, and some with global potential, reflecting the country's rapid advancement in the critical field. Support for startups and innovation. The minister has been a strong advocate for startup, noting the increase from 350 startups in 2014 to over 150,202, underscoring the government's commitment to fostering innovation and entrepreneurship. He launched a special biotech ignition grant call for Northeast region, providing financial support to 25 startups and entrepreneurs to develop biotech solutions, thereby promoting regional innovation. Time is short not to talk of the Purple Revolution here in Bhadra, Kishtwar and the area under his constituency. International collaboration. Dr. Singh announced the results of the 15th round of the Australia-India Strategic Research Fund, supporting collaborative projects in areas such as AI, biotechnology, clean hydrogen technologies, highlighting India's commitment to global scientific partnerships. Through these initiatives, Dr. Jitendra Singh Ji has significantly contributed to growth and diversification of India's startup ecosystem, particularly in technology, science, biotechnology, and AI, aligning with the nation's vision of becoming a global leader in innovation and entrepreneurship. One can go for all in all. There's so much of work he has done. It's very difficult to sum it up. Now I'll request our chief guest today, Dr. Jitendra Singh Ji, and it's a matter of great privilege and pride for this institution that he has spared his valuable time to come today, and I'm sure his presence here today, his coming here today to inaugurate this Mata Saraswati Hall will trigger a renaissance for this institution and also for the entire nation. And the way he has galvanized the science and technology, biotechnology, and startup ecosystems, AI in the country. It's for all to see how India will become a global superpower in the years to come. Shortly, very shortly after 2:30. Dr. Jinder Singh ji, please, sir. We are so excited to have you listen to you.
निखिलेश माइक थोड़ा खाली ये वाला ऊपर वाला जितेंद्र सिंह डॉक्टर जितेंद्र सिंह लाइफ
Thank you for a very kind introduction. It's always very reassuring and encouraging. Professor B.L. Zuchi, whom I have known for many years now, I've seen him very closely working also in hard times, and he was rightly mentioning he was among some of those eminent educationists who had to move over to Jammu after the exodus happened, but they didn't give up. And I remember he started teaching in the Camp College, I think. And then, of course, after superannuation, the educationist in him did not superannuate. And he carried on what he knew the best, teaching the next generation and preparing them for the task of nation building. And therefore, when I heard from him that this was one of the initiatives with which he was associated, I thought it was my moral duty to be a part of it and also to celebrate it. Dr. Ashok Rana ji, one of the eminent scientists that India has produced, and many few will realize in this room that among the first entomologists of the country. And the only other scientist that I can think of, the son of soil from Jammu and Kashmir, was possibly his contemporary also, was Dr. Satish Dhawan. The only other scientist I think I can think of is Professor Satish Dhawan, who moved over to Bengaluru, also hailed from Srinagar, and made a name for himself as a space scientist and the founder of the Indian Space Research Organization. And when he was narrating the agony of leaving the country out of constraints of not getting the kind of job that you have prepared yourself for, and then when you were reading all that little I've tried to do, I think one of the initiatives that we have taken in the last few years is launching a scheme called Vaibhav for the scientists, wherein we are now offering scientists to come back to India, and it will be our responsibility to arrange projects and work which is compatible to their talent, their background. So they won't have to struggle or transport. In fact, we have already started doing this for the last 3-4 years. Some of them are now very comfortably placed in IIT Madras, some of them in Indian Institute of Sciences, Bengaluru. But what happens is that when, luckily, Dr. Rana had married the daughter of soil. But what happens is that when they live there for many years, then for other reasons they are unable to come back. Because I tried to help out one of the IITians who had passed out from Delhi in the 1980s. And he was very much impressed, very enthused to come back to India. In fact, I also arranged from a project and I said, you try, you experiment for 3 years, and once you feel comfortable, then you can come back for good. But when he went back, he got in touch with me and he wrote to me that I was ready to come back, but not my family. So I said, no, the choice is whether you choose your family or choose your motherland. And then he confessed very candidly, he said, my children, both of them teenagers, have never even been to India for a holiday. Even for a holiday, they used to go to other countries. So that's why I'm now pushing very hard to get these boys and girls back home before they settle down and raise a family. So that is the lesson I have learned from you, Dr. Rana, today, because as students of science, we have been taught to learn one new thing every day and also learn with evidence. So you are the evidence of what I have learned. Dr. Kashinath Panditaji, one of the somewhat underrated intellectuals amongst us. And I'm glad when this government came, it was realized that it was one of them who could have been awarded with a Padma Award long back. But incidentally, the practice was that the Padma recommendation went from the Raj Bhavan or the Chief Minister in place. And therefore, he never figured in that preference. And I'm glad after this government came, he was honored with a very deserved Padma Shri. We have eminent members of the community, Advocate Jalali, Emma Sahab. We have our illustrious intellectual Agni Shekhar, Hari Lal, Raina ji, Watal Sahab. And I would in a single sentence say that today, on the occasion of Deepavali, we are actually having more than one celebrations. We are celebrating education, we are celebrating science, we are celebrating the rich legacy of the Kashmiri Pandit community, and we are also celebrating the heritage which has been kept alive over the decades by this community. Now, if you look at it one by one, I think as far as the Kashmiri Pandit community is concerned, I can't but agree with what you concluded with, Dr. Raina. And to put it in my words, I would say that Kashmir is no longer Kashmir without the presence of Kashmiri Pandit. That composite culture for which Kashmir has already been known for has been possible because of the presence of the Kashmiri Pandit community there. And I have no hesitation to say so because I had the courage to say this even 20-25 years back. Mr. Shyam called, some of us were there in 1996 for this Doordarshan coverage of elections because there was absolute curfew-like situation over there. And then I had the opportunity of sitting with some of the professionals, some of the medicals, some of them also advocates. And I, in spite of sounding a little unorthodox or maybe rebellious, had said that a day would come when the majority community living in Kashmir Valley will regret the exodus of Pandits. And I think it's going to happen soon. Because that composite upbringing which was being imparted by their children is no longer there. They didn't realize it for one generation, but after 2-3 generations it's being realized. In 1996, when we went there, at the height of militancy, me and Shyam Kaulji was walking through the Residency Road. One of the salesmen came out running when he saw Shyamji. He pulled him inside the shop and he said, Shyamji, har saal mere se coat lete the, is baar nahi lena. He was a Muslim gentleman. The Shyamji said, no, I'm not carrying enough money, not today. He said, did I ask you for money? And in my presence, I was witness, he forced him and handed over a piece of coat cloth. When we were walking back, what I precisely told Shyam Kaulji, and I would like to share with you, Dr. Raina, मैंने कहा ये इसने तो ये याद रखा, लेकिन इसकी 2 पीढ़ी के बाद क्या संस्कार होगा? ना इसका बेटा आपके बच्चों को याद रखेगा, and both of them would be growing up in a different milieu, alien to each other. And then I had said that Kashmiri Pandits can survive against all odds, which have done so. But it will be difficult for those who are lived behind and lost would be theirs. That's happening now. Now even the common man walking in the streets of Srinagar, even if he's a Muslim, in heart of hearts he may not say so, but he's happy with the abrogation of Article 37 because he's seen 3 generations of his community being sacrificed at the altar of so-called Azadi, etc., etc. And he does not want to miss the bus, particularly when India has now become a happening destination of opportunities, avenues, and startups, as he's saying, for the entire world. We today stand number 3 in the world in the startup ecosystem. So that much said about the Kashmiri Pandit, but it was not realized because the heat of early 90s, I remember the first program that we had was in Gandhi Bhavan. It was so much packed that there were people standing outside also. And there was this whispering campaign going on कि ये तो इसलिए आए हैं कि जगमोहन जी को plot दे दो. And I then quoted Mohsen Bhopali, who had written in the aftermath of partition कि बेसबब लोग मनसक नहीं बदलते अपना, तुमने देखा है जलता हुआ नशेमन अपना. So those who say that you would leave your own home in search of a plot in a alien land are the ones who have not gone through the experience of watching their own house on fire. उन्होंने कभी अपना घर, अपना नशेमन आतिशे नजर होते नहीं देखा. And that is how that insensitive thoughts come. But gradually that has come down because nature has its way of completing the vicious cycles. And I'm sure one day Dr. Raina's prediction will come forth. Government of course will keep doing it. That's their responsibility. But the people there would ask them to come back so that they can restore the same culture, the civilization for which Kashmir was known for which Mahatma Gandhi had the courage to say that there will not be a single riot in Kashmir in spite of partition. Now as far as education is concerned, Professor Zuchi was right. Now generations have changed and now आजकल पढ़ने का भी वक्त नहीं मिलता, लोग इतने मसरूफ हो गए सोशल मीडिया पे. I think it's a matter of credit that entire Punjab had only one degree college, that was Government College Lahore. Later on DAV came up in Jalandhar, it was much later, somewhere around India. But pre-independence era, it was only Government College Lahore. In entire North India, and anybody who had to do graduation went there, whether it was Mr. Khushwant Singh, whether it was Mr. Balraj Sahni, whether it was our former Prime Minister Inder Kumar Gujral. And at that time, Kashmir had the vision to have the SP College in the pre-independence time, and then the Prince of Wales College. And though Maharaja was the torchbearer of that, he spearheaded, but the brain behind that was Kashmiri Pandit. I don't know how many of the community are aware that even in the princely states before independence, the education systems and departments were being run by the Kashmiri Pandit board. Maharaja of Gwalior had his advisor in the form of Kashmiri Pandit, who happened to be the father of Mrs. Kaul. Because later on, his son went over to Delhi and became a professor. So what I'm trying to say is that there is a rich heritage of education in this community, which has benefited the entire country. But sometimes it does pain me to see that in the next generation, because of the pressures and temptations of the corporate sector, the education and the academics is becoming a casualty. And in a lighter vein, because the community has accepted me as one of them, and therefore they are also ready to digest what I say. मैंने कहा वो हाग साग छोड़कर जब ये छोला भटूरा खाना शुरू किया, उसी से सारी गड़बड़ हो गई. और संस्कार बदलता है 3 पीढ़ियों में या इधर या उधर, तो तीसरी पीढ़ी आ गई. So we have to very seriously, I think, likes of Professor Zuchi and K. Padta, how best to preserve what is our best trait. Of course, our Kashmiri Pandit youth are good at doing anything. Whether it's a tourist industry, whether it's hotel industry, they are at the top of the world. But the core has been their academics. Because like Dr. Raina, I am also a good storyteller. But yes, unfortunately, you don't find any listeners now. Once I was in Simla, the Raj Bhavan, we had to offer consultation to the then Governor Srimati Rama Devi, who was the former Chief Election Commissioner, then she became Governor. She was a patient of diabetes. So a team of doctors was sent. My teacher, Professor Seshia from Chennai, he came over, I joined him somewhere, so 5 or 6 of us went. She was quite obliged. Then how would she compensate? Because we couldn't accept consultation fee from the government. And she could not add patients to my practice. तो उसको क्या कहते हैं, उनसे हमसे बुलाया ना गया, उनसे आया ना गया. But so she was very kind. He said, gentlemen, tomorrow morning I am going to offer you breakfast at the table where Zulfikar Ali Bhutto and Indira Gandhi signed the call. So when we were sitting there, जैसे साइंसदानों को खुराफातियाँ की आदत होती है. So I said, ma'am, did you realize the photograph behind you? She said, what is it? I said, except for Bhutto, all are Kashmiri Pandits. Mrs. Gandhi was Kashmiri Pandit. Mr. D.P. Dhar was there. P.N. Kaul, the Foreign Secretary. P.N. Haksal, the Principal Advisor, and P.N. Dhar, the Security Advisor. So we have to realize that strength of ours. And even in civil services, because I've been dealing with the Vasana Academy and I sit with the 20 toppers every year, there was a time when virtually every department had senior bureaucrats from this quality. Now virtually none actually. And the demography change has happened so much that we are getting toppers from Punjab, toppers from Haryana. And of course there is now gender democratization also. For 3 years we had consecutive toppers, women. And last year we had all the 3 toppers among girls. But that of course being a healthy phenomenon, because technology has made the access to preparation easier. But what I am trying to emphasize is I think the time has come for some of the serious-minded members of the community to actually try to cultivate and reignite that, because that is what is going to keep us alive and relevant for the years to come. We might become the biggest hoteliers of the country, but that will not leave a legacy for posterity. Now, as far as the inauguration of this auditorium is concerned, while I appreciate Dr. Raina, you were saying he was not a philanthropist, he was not a very rich man. You don't need to be rich to donate. You need to be greedless. You can be rich and greedy, and you can quit this world with 10,000 crore, with nobody knows in whose name. Even the family doesn't know where to find it out. But this sentiment that you have to give back, I think that is something that each one of us has to learn. And with the friends like Professor Zuchi taking over. And now as far as the education part of it is concerned, I think in a single sentence, Professor Zuchi may bear me out. The time is running so fast that student is running ahead of the teacher. Because I have myself been a teacher for more than a quarter of a century, and incidentally me and Dr. Zuchi were part of the same university for a while. So what is happening today is that new avenues are coming up, which are quite apart from the convention, and that has changed the entire responsibility of a teacher of an educationist. If in 2014, as was being said, we were just about 350 startups, it's because we didn't know what is startup all about. Today we are number 3 in the world. In most of the countries outside India, the startup groups are run by Indian boys and girls. And in Germany, I asked one of the team leaders, I said, why do you prefer Indian boys and girls? And they enumerated a number of reasons. They are industrious, they are hardworking, they are focused. And in the end, they say, they don't take a weekend off. हमारे बच्चे Friday evening घूम जाते हैं, reappear on Monday morning. So now is one of the better times happening for education system of India, because the esteem of the Indian talent is being recognized the world over. But then we'll have to change our orientation. I think the first and foremost is to change this mindset of Sarkari Naukri. And in a place like Jammu, it is painful sometimes. You find people sitting for a 3,000 and wasting time. Whereas you have so much avenues outside. He was mentioning Purple Revolution. We have 3,000 boys and girls who are rolling in millions. Each small bottle of perfume is selling 50,000. So we have to actually educate them for that. And for that it is important that we first uneducate what we have learned. And we uneducate the parents. I have started a new experiment for each startup exhibition. We are going to have one in Srinagar also. At least one day should be reserved where a youth has to be accompanied by one of the parents. Because the first corrupting influence, it sounds little impolite, starts from the parents. So वो सैर करने निकलता है कंपनी बाग पर, उसको दूसरा बोल देता है मैंने मेरा लड़का डाल दिया आदर्श कॉलेज सचदेवा, वो दिमाग में घूम जाता है. I suggested to some of the scientific students, I said, please do a retrospective for the last 25 years. How many boys and girls have made it to civil services who went to these institutes? And I have done a calculation. On an average, this package costs about 5 to 7 lakhs if you have to do a complete coaching of civil services which is imparted by these institutes. और इतनी सिफारिशें आती हैं कि बाजीराव में एडमिशन कराओ, ये कराओ. And I see, because I am sitting with them, most of the toppers are from Navodaya Vidyalaya, from Kendriya Vidyalaya. They hardly have the money or the resources. So it is for the teachers to give that direction, because I don't grudge parents, don't blame them, because they have grown up in a different milieu. In Kashmir, they have set up a group called Super 35. The Tato ground, they impart training. The COVID happened, otherwise I used to sit with all those 35 for my own learning, not for their learning, because if I sit with my age group, they'll start counting years. They'll count their years, count my years also. But I'm not ready to do that. So there's something to learn from them. And there was a small girl, she was, I think, 16-year-old, class 12. She had made it to IIT, came from Sopur, Muslim girl. So I told her, Beta, you are living in a place, and those days the militancy was quite rampant. I said, you don't have a coaching facility, you can't go out, and you made it to IIT. And you know what was the confidence and what was the answer, which I think is for the teachers to learn. She, from her pocket, she takes out this. She says everything in this, sir. 14 hours and 8 months. मुझे बताया उसने. 8 महीने तैयारी करो, 14 घंटे लगाओ, सारा मटीरियल इसमें. मैं कहा बेटा हमें पता होता हमारे टाइम में तो हम यही करते. And I tell you honestly, when you and I were doing our doctorate, our guide would tell us that for this thesis you will get a book in that library. That happened with me, British Library. So I went to British Library, Delhi. They said, yes, we have this book, but it has gone to the consulate office in Calcutta. So you have to wait. Now it's nothing like that. You have cost-effective literature available this. And that we have to teach our youth, what to look for. In fact, I scolded one of the boys. I said, yeah, सारा दिन तो बदलता है वो क्या होता है profile. और जिसके लिए बदलता है वो भी देखते कि नहीं देखते. So do something for yourself. So for the teacher now is to tell them what to do, where to move on. And particularly the North Indian states, we have much bigger responsibility. We were just 30 startups till a few years ago in Jammu Kashmir. Now we've gone up to a little more. It's about 300, 400. Because and the aptitude doesn't go, because even if the child is ready, the parents, his teachers, his neighbors, they are the antagonistic factors, which is changed now to a great extent in some of the states, because I keep visiting at least 2 states every week. In Gujarat, you don't find boys even applying for civil services. So I asked one of those boys, Vidyarthi Parishad में जो हमारा है, तो मैं कहा ये फॉर्म तो भर लो. कहता साहब 1-1.5 साल तैयारी कर, उसके बाद भी कोई गारंटी नहीं हो के ना हो, तब तक हम अपना कोई जमा लेंगे. And the same way, I thought this must be a case study for me, because I have also been a researcher all my life. So I followed him. 2 years later, he had set up a snow park in Chennai, in Madras. When you visit there, you should go there. -15 temperature, वहाँ सोनामर्ग भी है, गुलमर्ग भी है, पहलगाम भी है, दरिया भी है, नदी भी, झरना भी, स्केटिंग भी हो रही है, हनीमून शूट्स भी हो रहे हैं, और हजारों रुपए की टिकट रखी है. It's a different kind of a world for people there. So that's a startup, using technology to create entrepreneurship. And then when I went back 6 months back, मैंने फिर से उसका पता किया, मेरे को पृथ्वी को बुला से पूछ रहा है, वो कह रहे साहब मैंने कुछ और जोड़ लिया. क्या जोड़ा? कि जो एंट्री गेट है वहाँ हमने वुलन्स की दुकान को, उन्होंने कहा भाई साहब अंदर सख्त सर्दी है, तो आजकल 20-20 हज़ार की जैकेट आती है, उनको डरा के न खाना के भाई अंदर हार्ट अटैक भी हो सकता है, ये भी हो सकता है, थोड़ा कपड़ा पहन के बैठो, तो कहता है सर जो कपड़ा खरीदेगा वापस तो करेगा नहीं। So once you induce these children to get into this startup area, then one thing leads to other, then they get their own ideas. 300 startups, that our first startup, the Sky Route, they have become world class. And see the talent of these boys. In fact, we, the teachers, are doing them harm. Once Francis Bacon wrote that the greatest harm to the cause of literature is done by the teachers of literature. They make the students sit in dark, dingy rooms and ask them to mug up Shakespeare, not to create on their own. And that Sky Route, ka jab the two boys, one from Madras IIT, one from Kharagpur, Power, and the other boy, they launched the first private rocket from Sriharikota, a place which was banned for even for media till about 4 years back. So when they launched, because I always try to be very curious, I saw on the top of the rocket there was some gadget. So I asked Somanath, our chairman, I said, what is this? He said, even I don't figure out. I said, if you don't figure out, why don't you ask them? So I called the boy, I said, ye upar kya laga? He said, sir, when you launch rocket, you ask these friends from Doordarshan, the media, to take the pictures from the ground. We have put a cordless camera on the top. They take pictures in the sky. They are giving us ideas. So when you allow these boys to move in the fashion that they ought to move in this century, there is not only technology sharing, there is knowledge sharing. You learn both ways. And the same two boys then came to me last year. Within 1 year, they have set up the first ever private rocket manufacturing factory close to Hyderabad airport. So once you make them get into this, then they move on and then they teach you where to go. We have also, and I think in next few days, next few months, we'll try that also. I've started another experiment of having mentorship in colleges. So we have named them star colleges. We already selected about 500-600 across the country, where you will have teachers identified who could act as mentors to the student. पहले वो भी देखना जरूरी है. तो mentoring ऐसा हो जो unmentoring करने वाला. That's partly a synthesis of the Gurukul concept with the modern cutting edge technologies that are happening. So if you have a mentor, then he would pick up the boy or the girl, try to understand his inherent talents, groom it like that. And the Department of Science and Technology has launched out a series of such schemes, particularly for young women students and women scholars. And I'm sure that in the times to come, this college will be part of that benefit, which has been possible because we had someone in the form of Prime Minister Modi. Now you mentioned about bioeconomy. Very few of us realize the importance of it because the next industrial revolution is going to be bioeconomy driven. The last that happened in 1990s was IT driven. Now IT is exhausted. You don't need IT experts. Your child knows it, he learns it before he is born. But your exclusive domain is biotechnology, biodiversity. What he is referring about lavender and purple, this is our domain. We didn't look at that. Our exclusive domain is our aroma resources, our Himalayan resources. We have 3-4 states and UT, including Jammu and Kashmir, living in the lap of Himalayas. So our agri startups, for which you don't need to be a PhD scientist. You could just have the technical know-how, and then we are again offering all the technical support, even financial support to these boys also we have offered, and even market linkage. Because to sustain these startups, you have to have a strong market linkage. So you can understand, as teachers today, you have been granted the responsibility of grooming those boys and girls who are going to celebrate the Century India of 2047. Those 20-23 years later, they will be at the prime, the students, and they will decide the face of India in 2047. And for us, the teachers today, the beholden responsibility is to create capacity in them and to make them realize and understand how best they can discharge that role which is expected of them, instead of becoming prisoners of what their parents said. Now, new education policy, I think that is something you have to propagate. It has not happened here. National NEP 2020. You can change your subjects. You can exit, you can come back. And many of the colleges, they are doing wonders. You have boys combining economics with biochemistry. Earlier on, what happened? You became prisoner of the subjects which you are chosen by your parents, not you. Your parents said you have to become a doctor, and you take biology. You take that. After class 12, you don't get admission in medical college. What do? You become prisoner. अब बायोसाइंस में BSc कर ली, BSc के बाद नहीं मिला फिर क्या करना है, MSc कर लो, MSc के बाद फिर नहीं मिला क्या करना, PhD कर लो. Polite kindness. About 5 years back, I was sitting with the Vice Chancellor of Cambridge University, who was in Delhi, and he looks out for us because he happens to be a medico. He's a teacher of microbiology. There, the people don't, the teachers and lawyers don't retire. You can practice till 90 as long as you can. So he's also up there. So there were other doctors also sitting with me. He said, "Doc, I must compliment you. My university will close if I don't have students from India. All my PhDs from India." So when he went, I asked my other colleague, I said, "Was it a compliment?" मैं कहा वो इसलिए जाता है कि वो ट्रॉफी लेने जाता है. He gets a degree in computer science and comes back and becomes a manager in a biotech company. Takes a degree in physics and becomes a manager in a pharma company. And both ways win-win. मालिक कहता है मेरा मैनेजर केम्ब्रिज का PhD. और घर में परिवार कहते हैं जी इतना बड़ा पे पैकेट मिल गया. So the entire thought process is to be changed to make the uptake, because you can't grow in isolation. So an ecosystem has to develop. The ecosystem is to develop. I think it is the teachers who have to take up the cudgels, and therefore it's both a challenge as well as an opportunity for us, the teaching community, to grow ourselves. And I'm sure with Professor Zichi and the Hum and the others, we'll be able to achieve it together, and we'll offer all the support that is required so that this becomes a model college for the curriculum. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. I wish we could listen to him on and on. And for today's function, we have received several congratulatory messages. One is from Commissioner Secretary to the Government, Dr. Rashmi Singh. But we are lucky we have Dr. Ravi Shankar Sharma ji, Special Secretary here, Higher Education. And we have also received a congratulatory message from Kashmir Overseas Association, Dr. Archana Kokru, President, Kashmir Overseas Association. We have some outstanding ji and Kailash Mehra Sadhu ji, Madam Kirti Kalla ji. I see after such a long. I remember 1995, when she was agitating and she got hurt also in front of Secretariat, and I see her after a long time. Madam Rasham, Neelam Gupta, some outstanding women achievers we have here. Aparna Madan ji and outstanding women achievers here. I wish we could have a lecture series but he's such a he's such a busy man. Dr. Jitinder Singh ji, he's a raconteur. He's a wonderful, remarkable storyteller, and we have got used to his columns in the Excelsior, but they're no more now there because he hardly has any time for that. And now I'll request Dr. K.N. Pandita. Just recall my association with him in 80s when I was studying for my master's in law at Kashmir University. I would often go to him, and he was director of the Institute of Central Asian Studies in Kashmir University. It's a huge library complex, and he used to sit there, and after that, after my he further evolved. His genius really took wings. He evolved, he became such an expert on Central Asian studies that he's sought after by Union Home Ministry and other departments for any expertise that he can provide insofar as
Iran and Central Asia and such matters are concerned, which is absolutely hot topic these days. And he's a master, he's a PhD in Persian, about affairs of Afghanistan, AFPAC region. He's an expert on that and a genius, a community thinker, Padma Shri K.N. Padtaji. Just a few words from him. Please, sir.
Honorable Minister, Dr. Jagmeet Singh ji, Ashok Raina ji, Mrs. Ashok Raina, and Professor B.L. Joshi, and the organizer. I thank organizers for giving me this opportunity to stand before you and say a few words. I think Mr. Ashok Raina has done a pioneering work by initiating the important task of renovating auditorium and providing it modern facilities. Auditoriums in colleges and educational institutions, I believe, are a component of democratic system, because it is here that ideas are expressed, debated, fiercely debated, and conclusions are arrived at. Dr. Raina has created a lesson for our community. And the lesson, I think, is that हिम्मत करे इंसान तो क्या हो नहीं सकता, वो कौन सा उकदा है जो वाह हो नहीं सकता. The lesson is that this community should depend on itself and forget the long history of dependence. If we are able to create that idea within us, we are a different community, different from what we are today. I thank Dr. Raina for showing us the path, and I thank Honorable Minister for sparing a few minutes and being with us and giving us some inputs. Thank you very much.
Now it is my great privilege to invite the worthy General Secretary of Hindu Education Society, Professor Virender Rawal, to offer a vote of thanks. Professor Rawal has been an outstanding activist of the community. He is active on various fronts. He is very proactive insofar as affairs of Gandhi Memorial College are concerned. He has been actively involved with the renovation of this particular hall, and he is one of the founding where from this idea germinated was Professor Zuchi and Professor Rawal together, who said that no money should be put in to renovate this hall, because this is the hall where people will meet, where ideas will converge, new things will emerge, because nowadays, students, the talent flowers on the stage, and we must have that wonderful acoustics. Earlier we couldn't, speak here. Acoustics were so very bad, and today we see the difference this is going to make. It's really going to change the academic atmosphere of this college, and I request Professor Rawal to thank our worthy guests who are present here. Rawal sir, please come.
इससे पहले कि मैं अपना औपचारिक वोट ऑफ थैंक्स आपके समक्ष रखूं, आप सब लोगों को दीपावली की शुभकामनाएं, सब लोगों को। क्योंकि आज ये हमारे लिए एक केवल दीपावली नहीं है, ये एक बहुत महाउत्सव है। दिस विल बी पुट इन द रिकॉर्ड ऑफ गांधी मेमोरियल कॉलेज हिंदू एजुकेशन सोसाइटी कश्मीर से। इसी दिन हमारे वर्दी ऑनरेबल मिनिस्टर डॉक्टर जितेंद्र सिंह भी आए, इसी दिन इस हॉल का इनॉग्रेशन भी हुआ, और इसी दिन हमारे रैना साहब, डॉक्टर रैना इतनी दूर से मैरीलैंड यूएसए से आए इसको इनॉग्रेट करने के लिए। तो मेरे लिए तो हमारे लिए उत्सव की बात है, इट्स अ बिग उत्सव। रहा सवाल ऑडिटोरियम का, ऑडिटोरियम जो है, अभी डॉक्टर साहब ने भी कहा कि आप बहुत अच्छे हैं, आपने मेरी बात को सुना, लेकिन मैं अभी ज़िमनी ऐसा कहना चाहूँगा कि इससे पहले जो ऑडिटोरियम था, शायद ही कोई ऐसा कह सकता था कि मैं बोलना चाहता हूँ, आई वॉन्ट टू कंटिन्यू विथ व्हाट आई वॉन्ट टू से। इतनी हालत खस्ता थी, तो आज प्रभु की कृपा से और आप सब लोगों की दया से हम आज अच्छे से माइक्रोफोन्स के आगे बोल रहे हैं और अच्छे ऑडियंस के सामने बोल रहे हैं। आपका बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। अच्छा, इस हॉल में जितने भी लोग बैठे हैं, जितने भी महानुभाव बैठे हैं, तो मेरे अपने हैं, सबका एक एक नाम से मैं जानता हूँ। डॉक्टर अग्निशेखर, मोती कोल जी, हमारे ये वातल साहब हैं, डॉक्टर अशोक बान जी हैं, करवानी साहब हैं, ये सब, और हमारे स्पेशल चीफ सेक्रेटरी रविशंकर, डॉक्टर रविशंकर जी हैं, जलाली साहब जो हमारे पैटर्न रहे हैं, लीगल पैटर्न, वो हैं, बिहारी का, ये सारे हमारे, अगर हम नाम गिनते जाएं तो बहुत समय लगेगा। सो गुड इवनिंग लेडीज एंड जेंटलमैन, I am Professor Virender Rawal, standing here today as a proud constituent of the Hindu Education Society Kashmir, to express my heartfelt thanks to all those who have made the wonderful event possible. I would like to start by thanking our Revered Dr. Jitendra Singh, Honorable Minister of State, Independent Charge for Science and Technology, PMO, Personal Public Grievance, Pension, Atomic and Space Energy, as our today's distinguished guest, who has spared his valuable time to be with us at this memorable moment. You see, otherwise also Dr. Jitendra Singh have also been supportive to the society in general and community in special, and encouraged us to strive for excellence. I have a reason for saying this, because I, side by side, I am running an organization, WEF. So I was honored to have Dr. Jitendra Singh in all the programs, most of the programs of WEF, whether that is film on Pandit Amarnath Vaishnavi or others. So I, on behalf of HESC, thank all the dignitaries present here. देखिए, Dr. Ashok Bhan, Moti Kolji, Dr. Agnishekhar, I thank you all for sparing your valuable time to come over to the auditorium for inauguration. I would also like to extend my gratitude to Mrs. and Dr. Ashok Raina, an eminent scientist from Maryland, USA. Dr. Raina has been instrumental of remodernization of our Mata Saraswati Auditorium. In fact, आपको मैं ये चीज़ भी बता दूँ, माता सरस्वती ऑडिटोरियम भी नाम इन्होंने ही रखा है। आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। अच्छा, it's not only financial support only from this Dr. Ashok Raina, but through his emotional and pragmatic guidance he has given to our staff during the whole journey of making of this auditorium. चाहे वो कितनी भी दूर थे, वेबिनार से, फेसबुक से, कैसे भी, टेलीफोनिकली, he would remain always engaged in instructing our people around here for running the show. It's a prestigious program, prestigious project, and it has come to a logical end. अभी पूरा logical end भी नहीं कहेंगे, क्योंकि अभी lift लगानी बाकी है सर, देखते हैं।
उसका बजट भी बता दो।
लिफ्ट का सर 15.5 लाख का तो मिनिमम बजट है सर, 15.5 लाख कुछ नहीं है मैटर करता हमारे सामने। तो वो लिफ्ट लगे, क्योंकि मैं the other day I was requesting our worthy president बाकबर कश्मीर से पढ़े हुए अखबार, उस कश्मीर पर फोन में मैंने इनको कहा कि we are growing old now. अभी पता नहीं कितना टाइम लगेगा हमारे टांगों को, लेकिन मैं देखता हूँ around me so many people who can't afford to go upstairs, you know, even single stairs. आप में से कितने लोग मेरे से इत्तेफाक रखते हैं तो इसलिए हमें कुछ चाहिए इसके लिए। तो आपसे सबसे रिक्वेस्ट है कि कुछ करें। तो हमारा मानना ये है कि बदलाव का समय आ गया है। गांधी मेमोरियल कॉलेज के लिए हमारा ज़रूरी मिशन सिर्फ आप जैसे दानदाताओं की बदौलत ही संभव है, जिन्होंने सहानुभूति और बदलाव की इस राह पर हमारी मदद करने का बेड़ा उठाया है। अभी बहुत सारे लोग आते हैं कि हम करेंगे। अभी लिफ्ट के लिए भी सर किसी ने बोला परसों, तो आई विल डू इट। डॉक्टर दर, आई थिंक आरएल दर,
he is getting another person.
Okay, sir. Now, before concluding the vote of thanks, let all of us not forget the selfless contribution of Professor B.L. Kaur, who proved to be instrumental in coordinating the whole process of modernization of the auditorium. I remember, मैंने एक बार प्री इंजीनियरिंग करने के लिए मैं यहाँ आया था। मैंने कहा भाई यहाँ पर हम रैंप बनाएंगे, सीढ़ी नहीं है, रैंप बनाएंगे, हमसे व्हील चेयर। लेकिन बाय द टाइम आई फाइनलाइज दैट, तो कौर साहब आ गए तो उन्होंने सब मना कर दिया। टेक्निकली इट्स नॉट साउंड टू डिज़ाइन दिस रैंप, सो हैट्स ऑफ टू हिम सर, ही सेव्ड आवर मनी। तो we can't forget his contribution. Finally, I would like to thank each and every one of you, my executive body members, my general body members, and the faculty of the college run under the efficient leadership of its principal, Mr. Satish Talashi. I further convey my heartfelt gratitude to the media persons for covering the event meticulously. My special thanks to Mr. Anil Wali for showing generosity in video coverage of today's event. Of course, Mr. Anil Bhatt also. In conclusion, I would like to say that this event would not have been possible without the support and hard work of each and every one of you, especially Mr. Dilip Mattu, Mr. Pradeep Panta, and the whole team of Infotech. Sir, Infotech company ने इसको डिजाइन किया हुआ है। So Dilip Mattu and Pradeep Panta were there 24/7. They were engaged in making this call. Appreciate it. Now, on behalf of the HEST management, I would like to express my sincere thanks to the entire team of Hindu Educational Society Kashmir, led by our Honorable President, Professor Zichi. Thank you all once again for being with us today. All my revered guests and dignitaries are kindly requested to join us over a cup of tea in Justice Jialal Kalam Park downstairs. Good luck and thank you. Thank you so much. See you again very soon.
Please stay back for a while. We have national anthem, and after national anthem, please put on the national anthem, please.
पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल भारत भाग्य विधाता। पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा। तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे। गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता।
Thank you. Jai.
Manza, dojo var. Ya çani.